Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Clarice, and in today's video I wanted to bring you into my study time. I just put my son to sleep, so he's napping right now. Baby, please. And my other one is making a lot of noise whilst I'm filming, but that is literally how I study. And so I have two boys, and one of them, the youngest, is napping. So whilst he naps, I want to take you with me so that we can have some study time. I'm hoping that he gives me about 30 minutes, but we'll see. So I'm keeping my monitor with me to make sure that when he wakes up, I can actually hear him, and then I'll go and get him. And so in the meantime, this is what we're going to do. So basically, I'm on placement currently. My rotation is medicine A, and that is cardiovascular, respiratory, and dermatology. And it's been quite enjoyable. So this is the last week of that rotation. So I have quite a lot to get through. But my study time involves basically just a few notepads that I take with me on placement. These are quite handy because they can fit into my pockets, like the pockets of our scrubs, quite easily, and they're not heavy. And then I have my iPad. Thank goodness for technology. My iPad does the trick. And then obviously my laptop, and that is it basically. That's all that I need. So today the plan is to go through a few questions. So I am preparing for some exams in about a month and a half or 2 months if I'm lucky. And my strategy to revising is doing practice questions. It's becoming so difficult for me to go through lectures because I find it quite tedious, and I feel like I need a very long protected time to go through lectures and feel like I've managed to get something out of it. And because I don't have that, because I have a baby, it's quite difficult to have those long hours of revision. I'm unable to just go through lectures. I find that when I do practice questions, it's more effective. So every day I try to go through 10 past med questions, and then with those, after doing them, I try to revise from that. I try to understand why I got a question wrong, or why the other answer was the right answer, and then go through the other options and find out why they were not the right answers, if that makes sense. So it just makes me expand my revision instead of sticking to what is in the lecture. And I find that I tend to remember more when I'm doing questions. So that's what we're going to do. So I've already done 10 past med questions. I'm sticking to level 1 and 2. I can barely get 50% anyway. So I've already done them. But now what we're going to do, we're just going to go through them and then revise and see what we've done wrong. And then I'm saying see what I've done wrong, and then study from that question, those 10 questions. So let's see how long this is gonna last, but let's study with me. So to open up my laptop. So this question was more to do with neurology, and to be fair, I got it right, but I haven't been revising the neuro part of the lectures or anything like that. So that was a lucky guess, I think. But so what I do now is that I just go through the question and then the options that were given, and then find out what each option, why did they even put them in the first place, if that makes sense. I just try to find out why did they put them in the first place. Is there any link between that medication with whatever that was put in the stem of the question, or was it just randomly thrown in there? So I try to find out a little bit about those options and then learn from that basically. So I use GoodNotes for taking notes. I find that it's quite good actually. I like the way the organization is. It just helps me to stay a bit more in tune of what I need to do with all these folders. So I use GoodNotes, and let's just make a draft to go through. I don't know why I'm keeping saying we. This is a me problem. It has nothing to do with you. Right, so I'm gonna make a blank notebook and then just write down what I can come up with when I'm studying, when I'm learning about these things. So, a 65-year-old man presents to the emergency department with inability to move his left arm and leg. This started 40 minutes ago.
Are you finished?
Not yet, baby.
So boring.
What's boring? What do you want to do? But you're gonna have to wait for that one.
Huh?
You have to wait, please. I'm working right now. I'm studying. So I can hear the baby moving. Hopefully it gives me more time. To be fair, I've wasted a bit of time because I've had time to have a shower and just kind of took my time to get ready. So I won't be surprised if he wakes up all of a sudden and I've only done 15 minutes of studying. But that's just life. Literally, that's my life. That's how I study. 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, it all makes a difference if I'm lucky.
No. That's just the one on the side.
Can you not make noise, please? Baby, can you sit down, please? But you're distracting me, please. When I finish, you can dance all you want. Thank you, baby, please. So basically, I've gone through the question. Even though I got it right, there were quite a few other options that they were giving. So I've gone through the options to find out why they were even given. And some of them make sense to have been given, but I didn't understand or I didn't even know, what they do. So that didn't make sense to me. But now that I know, I'm able to hopefully retain that. And then when I see another question with that kind of option, I can either include it or exclude it depending on the context, because now I've already understood what, for instance, the medication does. Do you know what I mean? So that's how I study. I find that this is more effective for me compared to going through lectures. So I'm going to move on to another question. So as you can see, it takes me a while. I'm quite a slow learner. I don't get things quite easily. I really learn on my own pace. And I think that's why it's so difficult for me to learn with other people. I find that when I learn best when I'm all by myself, because then I can go by my pace and organize my thoughts in my own way. But when I'm studying with other people, I just feel like I get quite lost because some of them, they're quite fast learners and I find that I just get lost and I can't keep asking people like to go back and explain and things like that. So let me know if any of you you like to study by yourself or if you like to study in a group. So this question was quite straightforward. It was about sickle cell, and I feel like I got it right. So I feel like the question was easy, so I don't need to spend that much time on it. So we're moving on to question 3. Okay, this question, we're moving on to question 4. Honestly, if you can wait to wake up till I finish all these questions, that will be amazing. And that's how I actually like to study. I like to just say, I want to finish this. Like finishing, I feel like I've accomplished it. But when I'm stuck in the middle, I feel like I have to go back again and make sure that I've completed the task. So yeah, aim to finishing these 10 questions. I'm keeping saying let's. Let me aim to finishing these 10 questions whilst he's still napping. So this question is taking me so ages because it's about cell non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and honestly I don't even remember I'm sure it was taught to us, but I just don't remember. So it's like I don't know anything about this topic, so it's taking me ages to understand what the question is talking about and all the options that were given. So in this case, it's just one of those things like, do I know or do I not know? And then just leaving it. So I think my baby's awake. That was how many questions? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 3 and 5 were like batch of questions. So I'm on question 6 out of 10. So that wasn't too bad, right? Another thing that I'm aiming to do is that on placement, consultants are really good at teaching, so they end up writing stuff, and this consultant wrote stuff for me about ECGs and some tips. So what I like to do when I come home is if I can, or maybe during that week, I got through what they taught me or make notes of my own, and that kind of sticks with me a little bit more. Getting this and reviewing every week helps me to kind of have an idea of what I'm doing. All right, I'm gonna go get my son now.
Hello, Mummy was studying.
So people, that's how I study. Whatever time I can get, I get it. Whatever I can't, I carry on afterwards. But yeah, you've enjoyed this. It's just the realistic way of, as a med student mom, this is what I do. I just, the little time that I've got, and that's it. And this little boy loves the camera, so I'm keeping him away from the camera, right? Guys, until next time, I will see you. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what kind of you would like to see. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, just give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.